Now, live from KUSI, this is Good Business San Diego.
Hi, I'm Roy Robertson. Welcome to Good Business San Diego, where we're talking about the topics that are important to you, your community, your family, your health, and your home. The following portion of Good Business San Diego is sponsored by Semper Solaris. Last week, tens of thousands of San Diegans lost electricity when public safety power shutoffs were put into effect. So how can you protect yourself from future blackouts and keep your home powered up? John Almond is the co-owner of Semper Solaris, a veteran-owned solar battery storage, roofing, and air conditioning provider with an A+ rating from the BBB. And he joins us with a solar solution. John, thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, horrible to see what happened to everybody last week, but it's kind of predictable, and we understand why.
Yeah.
You know, it's public safety, it's the threat of wildfires, but you don't necessarily need to be out of power. Explain why.
You know, it's stressful. It's not just the power outages, it's the warnings. I live in Alpine, and
yes,
5 or 6 times a year they say they might turn off the power. And what's great about having the batteries is when the power goes out, you just carry on with life as normal. So whenever we've got an outage, of course we get a lot of phone calls from people that are looking for batteries, but we also get a lot of contact from people that already have them that are just overjoyed. I mean, they're just so thrilled that they didn't have to worry about their CPAP machine or working from home or how the kids can do their homework. And it's really an elegant solution because as long as the sun's shining, you can keep charging them up and keep using them. Yeah,
I mean, to a lot of people, it's an inconvenience, but as you mentioned, for a lot of people, it's a health and safety risk. And you know, nobody wants to be without power, but there's some people that really can't be subject to these blackouts, which seem to be happening more and more frequently, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's you know, it's an issue. Our grandparents, my wife's parents, live in Alpine with us in a different house, and they don't have backup power. Yeah. And so they're trying to figure out how to take care of the food in their fridge and get everything done that they need to do. But there's a lot of good things happening with batteries and with solar in general. You know, a lot of people put in their solar panels many years ago, and they've started to use a lot more electricity, and they're under the impression that there's nothing they can do about it. Because if you got in under net metering 1 or net metering 2, they restrict your ability to add panels. But we've worked with SDG&E. We're one of the only companies that does this. We can actually add panels to someone's existing system and keep them in net metering 1 or net metering 2 and keep that bill down to 0. And then if they can add batteries to that as well, it can really amplify the savings.
So the perception is maybe people can't do that, but you're saying it is possible for them to do that and still enjoy this NEM. So let's talk about that a little bit. For the people that have solar, they might understand it. For the people that don't, explain what net metering means.
Well, what net metering is during the day you're running your solar panels and you're putting some electricity back on the grid. Right. And in the old days when you put it back on, you got full credit. Nowadays, if you sign up for solar, you don't get full credit, you get wholesale credit. So imagine you put a kilowatt hour back on the grid at noon and you get a reward of 3 cents, and then you come home from work at night and you're paying 90 cents for the same kilowatt hour. Right. It's kind of ridiculous. So that's why you're seeing this addition of batteries to solar systems, because instead of putting it back on the grid and not getting much credit, you put it in your battery. And when you get home from work, you take the power off the battery, and that's how you get a lot of savings.
So there is a little bit of complexity to this, to anybody that's new to solar, or anybody that understands previously what they thought about net metering may not necessarily be the case, so they need further explanation, and you offer a free energy assessment, right?
That's right. It's not complicated to us, and one aspect of it that is simple is you're going to save money, but what we can do is we send someone by. We actually look at the whole house, not just the solar and electric system, because we do a lot of energy-saving services as well, such as insulation, whole house fans, heating and air conditioning, and really make sure that we're looking at the entire home and coming up with the best solution.
A lot of different solutions, and you can start online through the website, get all the information that you need there, which is sempersolaris.com, sempersolaris.com. The preceding portion of Good Business San Diego is sponsored by Semper Solaris, and we'll be right back. Thanks, John.